Hello and welcome to the lecture content for week 1 of ORGL 5005, Leadership and Organizations. This lecture we will talk about leadership competencies and how we build on them to advance our careers. This first module takes a look at a behavioral model that my business partners and I developed and have used in our consulting business called Transition Fitness. The term KSA is used extensively in government and elsewhere as a kind of a catch-all phrase referring to the knowledge, things that we have learned, skills, things that we can do with the knowledge, and abilities, the things that are within us that we are born with, if you will, that help us acquire knowledge and skills. Now, if we were to just stop there, the HR department would say that we have a pretty good basis for a position description. And all that is true, except that experience tells us that something more is needed if we're going to excel, either as a highly valued technical contributor, a subject matter expert, or as a manager anywhere from first-line supervisor to chief executive. That something is competency, specifically leadership competency, which we have defined as behaviors that go above and beyond the KSAs. Yes, all the technical KSAs are needed, but truly excellent performance requires the individual to apply them within the context of the organization, its mission, vision, and value, its culture. A true leader in any organization will be a highly credible technician in their area of expertise and also have, or be able to develop, a deep understanding of the organization in which they are working. Where does it fit into the larger environment? Where is it aspiring to go? What enables its growth? What gets in the way? In other words, what is the context in which we, as aspiring leaders, find ourselves trying to lead? And that, my friends, is an enduring leadership competency that will take you and the organizations which you serve a very long way indeed. When I was a graduate student at American University, Dr. Arthur Friedman was the dean of our program. And he became something of a personal mentor to me along the way. He introduced me to his scholarly article, Pathways and Crossroads to Institutional Leadership, which I will be excerpting here to help underscore the concept of leadership competencies that go beyond traditional KSAs. Dr. Friedman speaks in terms of development, any development, as a series of step functions where you keep some things, let go of some others, in order to acquire something new. The implications to a career are profound. Consider how we typically in our career path as an individual technical contributor. We do a job, any job, janitor, barista, disc jockey, programmer, nurse, whatever. And over time, we do it well and we keep getting better. Eventually, we get tapped for that first level management position, supervisor. Hey, and why not? Aren't we the recognized SME, the go-to person? So, brimming with confidence in our technical expertise, we decide that adding a few management tasks will be no problem. Right? What could possibly go wrong? Well, how about your former coworkers no longer want to go to lunch with you? And that they are constantly hitting you up for special treatment or for time off? Oh boy, that time you had to actually discipline one of them for chronic lateness nearly ended up in a hostile work environment complaint. Maybe we need to look at this management thing a little differently. Dr. Friedman says that moving from individual contributor to first-line manager is the first crossroad as we transition from one pathway to another. To succeed, we have to let go of our identity as the technical SME in order to acquire the skills needed by a supervisor. We keep and even develop our personal core leadership competencies in order to make what amounts to a 135-degree change in direction in our career. Hey, we are no longer the go-to person. In fact, we are now at the bottom rung of a whole new career path. Yikes! As aspiring leaders, we need to understand this, not just for ourselves, but for the benefit of the organizations we hope to serve. And guess what? The organizations need to understand it as well. because it is not just about transitioning from individual contributor to first line supervisor. No, the same thing happens at every step of the corporate ladder, all the way up to the chief executive officer or board of directors. The best, most resilient, best places to work organizations understand this very well indeed. These are the ones that put in place rigorous mechanisms that prepare their aspiring leaders for the next step and have support structures in place to help that leader in their new role. Well, that's all for this week. See the next slide for some final notes. Well, just a final reminder, don't forget all those deadlines on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're all listed here. Work hard, learn a lot. Talk to you soon.